to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by the former Duke national champion. Hasn't paid for a meal in Durham, North Carolina since 2002. It's Jay Williams.
Nor do I plan on paying for a meal anytime soon, my man. But you know what? Free food out here for these guys on the court tonight. They're ready to eat. Let's check out the action.
Jay, I have the tab the next time. Let's do this. Clippers have it. Anthony Davis tips it.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James, though.
Clippers have got it. George on the drive, but his shot misses. Goes to the left side. George. Oh, George. First couple didn't go. That one is true. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Oh, LeBron James, not much more the defense could have done. He hits the contested 3. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
Oh, had him going there for a second. James goes to the right side. Davis to Cousins, and watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Los Angeles has the basketball. To Kyle Kuzma. Pass to Cousins, down low. To Davis, has a look. Jumper's good. AD, is he a new age big?
Easy answer is yes. He is Mr. Versatility. He can do everything on both the offensive and the defensive end. He can fight the post, battle for position. He can protect the rim. Plus, if you switch, he can guard guards on the perimeter. That's what you love about AD. You need something, he has an answer for it.
LeBron into the front court. They trail by 1. LeBron James, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Kawhi Leonard in a matchup with Boogie. From long range, and Kawhi Leonard buries the 3 with a hand in his face.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
James, and they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Team foul number 2. First foul in the final 2 minutes.
Kuzma.
Into the game for the Los Angeles Clippers. Number 23, Louis Williams.
Leonard. He made his first effort, but not that time. It's James controlling the offense. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
James into the front court. They trail by 2. Sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
James. To Caldwell Pope. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket. Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play.
Our game programs have player bios, team stats, fan interviews, and more. And best of all, they're free. You can get your game program from a team representative at any one of our main conferences around the arena.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard. And the rebound pulled down by Davis. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
So important to take care of the basketball. Easy two on the other end after the turnover.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Strong finish for Paul George. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Deep three at the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. The Clippers are out in front. The shooting in that first quarter was white hot. It's got to be hard to think these teams can keep up that pace in the second.
If anything on this game, Ed, you have to expect the unexpected. When players have range that extend outside the gymnasium, oh, we're going to get a chance to watch something special.
George. Tough shot. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
LBJ with it. Tosses. Flushes down the slam. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Lou Williams. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
James matched up with Paul George. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Danny Green to Caldwell Pope. And the Clippers able to clear the board. Williams. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a three-point game. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Lebron against George.
Stepping in for
To Davis.
number 2, Kawhi Leonard.
To James. Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. He's 2 for 2 now. 6'11", 270. That's a massive man. You can make a case there's nobody like him.
There isn't anybody like him in the NBA. He is an absolute bully on the block, can burrow his way through traffic, make it easy, and also possesses that sweet shooting touch from the outside.
LeBron James against Paul George. To Danny Green. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
To Leonard.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense. LeBron into the front court. Down just a couple. Kawhi Leonard snatching it out of the air.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Kawhi Leonard. 3 for 6 now.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Across the timeline comes James. Down 4. To Kyle Kuzma. Oh, he had him there for a second. Nothing going here on that drive. To Danny Green. For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
LeBron with it up top. Under a minute to go before halftime. Yes, tough shot. It's got to go up to go in.
Oh, my goodness. Someone please patch me into the arena intercom. Clean up on aisle 3.
Substitution being made in this one.
Last 2 minutes.
Clippers have the basketball. George. Man, that was a tough shot.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
James to Danny Green. James to Davis. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Over to the right side. Kawhi Leonard able to recover with the block. Scores from the post.
The assist from the receiver,
Runner here won't go down. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by LeBron James. And the Lakers have the rebound. That's it for the first half. The Clippers have the lead. Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Leonard. Now that's a contest.
People do not realize the brilliance of the coaching in this league. The small adjustments made defensively has made all the difference in the second half.
And throws it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
LeBron into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
George. Not going down here. James into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Kuzma to James. With the flush, taking on all comers.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Here's Leonard for two. Kawhi Leonard. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Leonard. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Oh, whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
And draws the foul.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
First free throw is good. And he makes them both. Kawhi Leonard against Cousins. Nothing going here on that drive. To Beverly. Lets it fly from long range. Shot no good. You know Beverly can appreciate good defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
DeMarcus Cousins pins it. Los Angeles, they have it. And Cousins throwing it down.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Leonard, they have to keep him in their grasp.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
Old school. Axes man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
George. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
To Danny Green. Kuzma. To James. Driving right to the basket. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
We're accepting non-perishable food items for homeless in our community. Our thanks go to those who have already participated in this community event.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard. Great feed. Sets it up. George, open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
DeMarcus Cousins sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Lebron into the front court. His guys down three. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Across the timeline comes James. He'll run the offense. To Caldwell Pope. JaVale McGee. Count the basket inside.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
He throws it down. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first three have lived up to the billing.
Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
3 quarters down. The Clippers are out in front. It's Lakers ball as we start the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
With the fadeaway, burns him for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Lou Williams. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. James, tough shot. He hits.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Beverly into the front court. Leads 4 to Leonard. Lakers at the controls right now. LeBron James. Tough matchup against George. Going to launch beyond the arc. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. LeBron with it up top. Trailing by 4. Clippers have it.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Leonard. George sizing up Cousins. And counted at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis, because they show up in the fourth.
James. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
LBJ has it. To Davis. Oh, had him going there for a second. Chance here for LeBron. And scores on the step back.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. It's James. It's good.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
James, Clippers have got it.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
Kawhi Leonard, defended by Cousins. Fires the three, and Kawhi Leonard buries the three with a hand in his face.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Strong finish for Paul George.